Everyone, thanks so much for joining us today. Welcome to the Fringe North Roundtable. It's the second one of the season. We're so glad that you could spend time with us tonight and get to hear a little bit more about the festival and what we're up to. So bonjour, Annie, and hola, thank you for being here. For those who have not joined us yet for one of these, I am Caitlin Townsend. I am the interim artistic producer for this year at Fringe North. For those who aren't familiar with the festival, we are Fringe North, a local arts festival located in Sault Ste. Marie or Bowatine, Ontario, the traditional land of the Métis, Anishinaabe, and Cree peoples. I have with me here again Garrett. Garrett was here last week for those of you who tuned in. So Garrett, do you want to take a moment to introduce yourself to anyone who is new?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm very happy to be back this week. I'm Garrett M. Ryan, and I am with Artist Relations this year with Fringe North. Really happy to be back.
Thanks so much for joining us today. And we also have with us this week a new addition. This is Mahima. Would you like to take a moment to introduce yourself, Mahima?
Hi everyone, my name is Mahima Riansi and I am the event coordinator with Fringe North this year.
Well, thank you so much for all being here, and I'm really excited to kick off our big announcement tonight, which is super exciting. For those who have seen our socials, you'll have seen the teaser that we are announcing something big today, and exciting and new, and super glad you could be here for it. So our big announcement is that we are actually launching a brand new website. Our team has worked really hard to get this in order and to have it up for this year, and have a little bit more of a user-friendly experience with our website, as well as on the festival end, we can just add things quickly to it. So super exciting, and what we are going to do tonight is actually walk you through so that you can see how to use the new website, what's available. We'll also show you during the, I guess, tutorial, you could call it, that we do have a space for feedback. So if there's anything that you feel like we could be doing better as a festival, there's a feedback form, and there's also for our website in specific, if there aren't some things that are flowing well, we do understand that this is definitely a process. I will say for those who are familiar with our old website, both will be up for this season with a redirection link so that you can actually view our old website and jump to the new one and be familiar with where to go until you get used to the URL. So our new website is www.siouxfringe.com. Super exciting stuff, and we will show you along the way as well. So I will share my screen. We will walk through. Mahima and Garrett, if you want to jump in at any time to kind of share a little bit of your thoughts on each page, feel free to do so, and I give you full permission to interrupt me if I'm forgetting something along the way. So let me just share my screen, and if you can let me know when you can see it.
Looks good to me.
All right, yeah, so this is our old, awesome. This is our old website for any viewers watching who are like, this doesn't seem new and the URL isn't what you just told us it is. So this is our old fringenorth.ca website. Now there is a redirect link right at the top of every single page. So whether you're on the home page, whether you're on like the apply now page, we've added it in to every single page so that you don't have to worry about where to find it. So you can click this link and it will take you to our brand new website, which right up here, you can see the URL, siouxfringe.com. So it does work if you put www first. It does work if you just jump straight to Sault Fringe. It will take you to the same place. So this is our homepage. So welcome to our brand new website. And what I'll do is I'll scroll down, show you the homepage, and then we will actually jump into our accessibility features first before walking you through each page. So we have our nice new background here, Fringe North with our typical logo. Ta-da! This is our Fringe North multi-arts experience, the festival this year again for those tuning in, August 18th to 21st. Super excited to have both live and digital pieces of the festival this year that you can jump into and enjoy from your home or from our downtown location. And we have a nice welcome here with various language so that everyone feels welcomed and at home. If you feel like there's a language that should be on there that we're missing, feel free to fill out our form and let us know. That will come on one of the other pages. And I'm not going to attempt to pronounce all of these because I'm probably going to butcher them and offend someone, so I apologize, but I will skip over that. If any,
yeah, please just let me know if you. I wanted to include. We included, I think, like 4 languages, and I was like, oh, I might as well add one. I might as well add one, just because we wanted to make it as welcoming as possible. And we have a whole list now, but please let me know. We can definitely add more. I can go. It's English, French, Anishtabemoan, Spanish, Italian, Finnish, Polish, German, Ukrainian, Arabic, and Hebrew, in that order.
Thanks so much for sharing, Garrett. And then we have just some links to our other pages, so more to learn about Fringe North here. Down below, we have how you can support our work. So we did talk about this a little bit last week, but just to refresh any memories and for those who weren't able to be with us. Tip the Fringe. Fringe is a nonprofit organization. We do run off of donations and grants, and we really do rely on funding and sponsorships. So if you are wanting to support us, this would be where you go to do it and how you can support. What your funds go to, things like staff wages, supporting artists. So we do provide every artist who participates in our festival with an honorarium so that they have like a chunk of funds that's guaranteed. And again, they do get 100% of their ticket sales, but then they have that extra chunk to just support what they're doing and to support their work and to be really appreciative of what they're bringing to the community by participating in the arts. We also have the Artists in Residency program, which is a program for new and up and coming artists who have never really done a show before with a Fringe, and that they want to test the waters and see how to do it and get a better feel for what's possible in the arts world and how to make a living from their art. So the Emergent Artist in Residency program is also funded by the Susan Barber Memorial Fund, so thank you to them too, and a quick shout out for their way as well. But you can never have like too many funds for that because it just expands how many people we can actually invite into that program as well. There's also a button here that shows you how else you can support us. We recognize that not everyone has funds, so to be able to see different ways that you can support us by either volunteering, sharing some of our posts, and different things like that are all on that page too. Then, of course, we have our artist podcasts. So super exciting to always offer those. Very similar format to our live streams here that we do as artist roundtables, but it is a little bit different. It's pre-recorded and with an artist one-on-one so that you can see a little bit about their journey as an artist, what they're currently working on, what new projects may be on the way, and get a sense of who they are as an individual. So this link here will actually take you to our playlist on our YouTube channel. So it'll show you like all of them. Oh, and then this is our throwback trailer, which probably most of you have seen on our socials by now, but it does give you a sense of like what the festival will offer by giving an overview of last year. You can see little clips. I would play it for you, but I know I didn't attach my sound, so it's not going to be very entertaining, but you can go onto the website to take a look at that and see some of the submissions from last year's festival. Then, of course, like every good website, we have all of our social media, so you can jump to our different platforms there and get a sense for how to follow us on social media and support and share posts. We also have our mailing list, so you can reach out here if you want to be part of our mailing list. We only have like a monthly newsletter, so I promise it's not going to be spam constantly coming to your email. We just share that relevant information that you're actually going to care about knowing and send that out every so often. So if you want to keep up to date with what we're doing as a festival, what opportunities there are throughout the year for artists as well as patrons, feel free to fill this out and you can stay in the loop and stay on our mailing list. And then we have a nice little thank you to all of this year's sponsors that we have so far. So we do have funding through Sault Ste. Marie, the Ontario Arts Council, and of course, I already mentioned the Susan Barber Memorial Fund for the Emerging Artists in Residency program. So thank you to all of those sponsors. We really appreciate it. If you are interested in sponsorship and supporting the festival financially, we will get to that on a later page, so stay tuned. And as mentioned, we do have our feedback form. So here you can fill out your thoughts on the festival, on the website, all of these different pieces, and let us know how we're doing as an organization, ideas that you have for the future. We can't promise that we'll see all of them through, but we would like to hear back from you as to what you would want to see from us and where we can do better and build in the community and just provide people with what they want to see and work with others. So that is a nice way to just leave us a quick comment there.
This form is also fully anonymous, so just feel free to use it as much as you would like to.
Yes, yeah, that is a very good point, Mahima. So here I can fill out my name, but if I just want to leave it blank, it does let me. If you go to type in an email, so I will put my current email, and then you don't have to, again, it can be completely anonymous, but then that gives us a place to go back to, but also I'm just going to say hi test in the comments. But if I wanted to fill this out and I actually changed my mind and was like, oh, I don't actually want to put my email in there. If you go to submit and you have something in there, it won't let you. But if you do erase it, it does still let you submit the form without having to fill that out. So as you can see, I just submitted it there. So if you are feeling like, what, they said this was anonymous and now it's asking me for my email, it just means that you did tap on it and you need to erase what's in that bar already, but it will let you submit the form without having any email.
If I'm can you see on the YouTube stream right now, can you see me like on the sidebar?
I think so.
Yes, okay. I was just going to show you because I just received the email, so I can hold up my and see. There's no, it's all anonymous. This is what we see on our end, just blank name, blank email, and the comment. So you can be assured it's completely anonymous, and just like that, we get it right there. So please feel free to submit as much feedback as you would like. We would love to get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks for showing that, Garrett. And yeah, and if you do want it to not be anonymous, again, feel free to add your email and name. It doesn't have to be, but we do have that option so that if you want to share something that you're maybe not feeling super confident in sharing, you can feel free to share that. Okay, so I'm going to go back up to the top of the page and show our accessibility features on the website now. So over here, you'll notice this little individual with the blue circle. This is our accessibility add-on menu. So if you click on it, it will give you lots of options for how to better navigate the site, depending on what needs you have for accessibility. So this first one here, I'll walk you through them. There is a contrast button. So you can do basic contrast, which just inverts the colors. As I scroll down the page here, you can see the impact that they have and how it actually changed all the contrast so it's easier to see and to read the font. We also have the dark contrast, so this shifts the more of a contrast between the shades of the colors as well. That's what that one looks like. And you can do the light contrast, which just, this is more about lighting. So rather than the font colors, it's like how many light rays are coming through. I don't know technology and computer screens, but I know there's a word for that, like blue light and those types of feels. So it helps to balance all of that. Okay, turning contrast off now, we also have where it highlights links. So you can see all of the pages at the top in our menu bar are all now highlighted, so it sticks out. As you go down below, it'll highlight all of the button links too, and any other links that are on the page so that you can tell very easily where to navigate and what to click on. You can also make the text bigger. So in this case, you'll notice that it made the whole image bigger because the image had text on it. And then our main text too is now larger, and it just has different sizes. So the more you click on it, like the bigger it gets essentially. You can also shift the text spacing. So this will help you to read. I clicked 2, I think. Do these automatically turn on together, I guess? Okay, sorry, I was not aware of. So the text spacing actually just, can you see my cursor? If I point, okay,
Yeah.
So you can see, so you can see that there's actually additional space between words and also within letters within the words so that you can read more clearly. And you can just, again, it's the same as the font where it just makes it like further and further apart. And then we do have our font changes here too. So legible fonts. So this with the legible fonts, it's very tied to like if you have ever been in a Word document and it's like Times New Roman versus like all these weird fonts that you can choose. So it's not a super difference on our site just because of the fonts that we initially chose, but on certain pages you could see a larger difference there. And then the dyslexia friendly option too. There is a button. I don't think we have any animations on this page, but essentially what it would do is if you go back up to these photos here, say that they were actually video type photos, so not a full video, but like an animation where
Yes, yeah.
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 Yes, that is the correct word. Thanks, Garrett. The GIFs. So any GIFs or anything that's moving like that, it'll actually pause them. So this is a good feature for anyone who may experience seizures or have like a lot of headaches from motion. You can actually turn them off, and then it will just show you if this was a moving image, it would become still and just show you like a freeze frame version of it. So it doesn't remove the image and you can still see where it would be on the page, but it makes it a little more user friendly. I can also make a giant cursor. So when I asked before if you could see my cursor, if you couldn't because it was pretty small before, now you definitely can. And same as the font, there is different options for how large to make the cursor. So we can do an underlined version. I think I clicked twice, but and we can also do like a mask. So it shows just the part that you want to focus on and where you're looking at and really helps narrow in that attention. And then we also have tooltips. So I have not played around with this one before, and I actually am not quite sure what it does. Mahima or Garrett, do either of you have like a good grasp on this one at this point?
No, I think it's not set up for our site right now. I think it might have to be built into the other features or something. That I think that might be for the widget rather than for the site. I'm a little unsure about that one, but we'll if we make some miraculous discovery, we will we'll pass it on.
Sounds good. Yeah, I was playing around with it earlier and I couldn't figure out what it does. So it could just be how we have like our page set up too. Line height, so I can actually put spacing between the words more. And again, same as like when the font increases size, there's different options here so that you can put further spacing, just so that it's easier to read and you can tell like where you are in a paragraph more easily. Super nice to have that. Oh, I double clicked it. Now I have to go through the, oh no. Okay, there we go. And then we have text alignment too, which just shows like where to read on the page. So again, kind of like if you're in a Word document and you have like the middle alignment, left alignment, all of those, it just plays around with it to make it a little bit more user friendly. It's also really useful. I don't know if this will work in Zoom, but if I make my screen smaller, you can tell that in normal mode, like it cuts off parts depending on like where I'm looking. So this can help if I'm in a smaller window and I want to see things that are not like I'd have to go to full screen to see. It makes it more easy. That's what I personally like using this one for. There's lots of different ways. I mean, use these however they best fit for you. And then the saturation too. So this just makes that like dim lighting. And again, it shifts like the colors so you can see more clearly. And it's not, the website isn't blinding you. And then there's different options here as well. So whatever your preference is that allows you to most easily engage, you can use that too.
As a, I can hop in. I have it pulled up from the widget what Tooltips does. So it's showing alternative text and ARIA labels for on-screen elements with a mouse hover. So it's something that deals with like links for people that makes it easier to read for low vision users with accessibility needs. I'm still a little unsure what that is, but it has something to do with links. I feel like if someone needs it, they might know better than us what it does. So it helps with ARIA labels.
Okay, so I have a little bit of an idea of how that would work then. So right now we have all of our images captions below our images. So if you see here, we actually have like a image caption written out. You can encode into images as well. So that would be a way to hover over with the tool images, and it would show you if we had it actually attached to the picture itself rather than below. Also with our buttons, we have our button set has just individual buttons, but we can set those up as well to have, if any of the buttons had that too, you'd be able to use it for that. So our website is a work in progress for those of you who have not been able to tell that so far. So we will definitely be able to work on those features as well. But it is something that, like I said, we're taking the summer to slowly transition between the two websites. So we will be working on making it more user-friendly for sure.
Yeah, I would say like we have this fantastic set of accessibility tools, and there's a lot going on in here, as you can see. So we're definitely still trying to figure it out, but you know, that's why we wanted to add something so wide ranging onto our site. Like it's definitely a lot to figure out and wrap our heads around, but we wanted to really have something that can be accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to come onto our site. So even though it's still a work in progress for us to figure out, it's very exciting for us in the long term.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. The bottom feature here, if I have multiple things clicked and I want to just reset, I can reset it and it'll just take everything off. Yeah, and then just move or hide widget. So I can actually shift where it is on the screen. So if I want to put it to the right side, it shifted over to the right side. And now Zoom is in the way, so I don't know if I can shift this. Oh, here we go. I can hide it. I'm not going to do that because then I'm not going to be able to figure out how to get back into it. But I will put it back on the left side for now. And it is on every single page. So even though I'm going through right now with the home page and we're kind of walking you through everything, this will appear on every single page that you access on our website. So any other thoughts from Mahima or Garrett as we look at the home page and the accessibility piece before I jump to the next page?
Nothing specific without like making any promises or anything. There is also the potential that the version you're looking at with the, I mean, like we said, it's a work in progress, but the widget specifically that we're showing you, there's a world that when you open it, there might be some more features. That's because we're still figuring out the widget and how it's going to work best for our site. So if there's something on here that has been added that's not in this, that's not here during this live, then please just reach out to us and ask, and we can help walk you through anything.
Yeah, for sure. That's a very good point. We're learning how to use it. We only got the widget like a week ago, and we've been working on the website for a while. So we will definitely be updating if we're getting a lot of the same questions on our website too, rather than reach back individually. What we might do is make another tutorial once those pieces are in place and then send the tutorial to everyone who has reached out as well. Right, Mahima, any thoughts on your end?
I think we're all good to go to the next part.
Awesome. So the next page is one of the most exciting pages for this year, the 2022 festival page. So I will just take us over there. And again, the dates for this year's festival, August 18th to 21st. Save the date. We look forward to seeing all of you there, either virtually or live in person. So this page just talks about like what's going on this year for this year's festival and how you can get involved. I think we mentioned this last week, but I do want to just reiterate, we do have Project Mission Round 2 happening. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Project Mission, all of the projects from the first round are actually on our YouTube, like our main channel for YouTube, as well as there's actually a page up here that we will get to as well to show you the past projects too. But there is a second edition. We are very grateful to Ontario Culture Days for helping fund this project, the second round of it. So we will be having more of those available. They will be digital projects, but they will also be played in our live stream, or sorry, not our live, our watch parties at the live portion of the festival. So you will have a chance to see them both places as well. Now, this is a little bit of a teaser because we don't have too much information out about this yet, but we do have Find the Fringe North fledgling happening this year as well. So you will be able to find out more information as to what that means and how you can win prizes. So more on that to come. We will mention that in future roundtables as well. So there will be ways to get involved with the festival prior to the actual dates of the festival too. We will have a space for this year's artists. So the festival program will be on this page too, where you can download the full program once it's ready to go. And ticket sales will be going on sale August 1st. So keep an eye out for those. Super exciting. We look forward to getting to like share about all of our unique artists from this year with you, and for you to get to know them better. And hopefully soon some of those will start coming on the roundtables too, once we get through kind of these like housekeeping versions that we've done the past few weeks. Our venue this year is going to be the Downtown Museum. Super exciting. I believe we also have a map on here. So if you're not familiar with how to get there, this will help show you how to get there. And you can actually like play around with this map too. So if you're coming from like all the way in the East End, say, and you need to figure out how to get there, you can kind of go through the whole map rather than just the closed-in version. And we do have a link to their website too for anyone who wants to check that out. All right, so here we have our weekly live streams and artist podcasts. So we do have links to our podcasts here. Again, this will take you to our YouTube channel, show you all the different podcasts. And this will be a link to our roundtables that are happening here. So like I said, this is a work in progress. So as you can see, you can't currently access this video, but you will be able to access live streams through this as well.
Yeah,
and if you want
it was up. I'm not 100% sure why it's been kind of fluctuating, but that's the fun of website building. We never quite know why something has gone wrong. But you can click watch on YouTube. I think it'll bring you there if you're interested in checking out the roundtable. But we'll make sure that's popping up for everyone as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna double check right now, but I believe this will take you to a new link to the exact video. Oh no, it just takes us to our channel, but you can find it. Oh no, it took it to YouTube. Don't mind the things that I watch on YouTube.
I think if you click watch
YouTube.
on YouTube instead of the logo, I think it'll bring you to the site.
Oh, it does. Okay, I just clicked the wrong spot. Awesome.
This is very meta. We're watching the previous one in this, so I like it.
It's like Inception. Oh, you can't hear my sound. So this is just like last week's video if you want to get a better feel for what's happening with the festival this year, how to get involved, the history of Fringe North a little bit, and what we are, how we became about to be where we are today. You can jump into that video. And now it did take me to, so when you click that, it does take you to a whole different page. So you can just exit and come back to this page. And it does have our main YouTube channel on the button below as well. Below this, we also have how to tip the Fringe. Again, we've mentioned this a few times. We are a nonprofit. We run off of your support, and you enable us to help the artists and keep people employed, and to help new artists learn how to Fringe and learn how to be a part of the Fringe process. So we're super grateful for everyone who can donate. And if you're looking to donate, there's also a button on this page too to be able to provide support. And if you are an artist who is participating in this festival this year, here you can actually get to the artist page that will let you know more about like the pieces that are relevant to you as an artist getting ready to put on your show and be part of the festival. So you can get there through this, as well as the actual like link in the menu to up here. But we will go to ticketing first. So we will get to that artist page. So if you're an artist wanting to know more, stay tuned. We'll be there soon. Ticketing. So this is where you can buy tickets. You will also, for the live portion, be able to buy at the door. But for those wanting to buy digitally or buy in advance, you can jump into here and get your tickets. So as mentioned earlier, they will be on sale August 1st. You can come right to this page and be able to buy tickets right from this link. And here we do already have a little bit of a sneak peek for some of the things involved in this year's festival. So I don't know if I can like zoom out a little bit. I think it's my settings on my, there we go. So you can take a look at some of the different artists who will be involved this year and get a sense of what might be available. Did I skip one? I felt like I skipped one. Maybe I didn't. And more information about all of these artists and all of the shows will be available soon. I'm just trying to give space for like everyone to be highlighted here.
That one looks really interesting. Inevitable Frankie Green.
From reading the descriptions of all the shows this year, I will say everyone sounds super cool and exciting, and like I am really looking forward to getting to see them all this year. Like it's like
Yeah,
that anticipation.
we have so many great shows. As context, I wrote Frankie Green. That's why I said that. But I all the shows as the person working with the artists and bringing all the artists on board right now. There's so many great projects, and like I'm so excited to share them with everyone. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, and there really is this year a large like range of different arts included, which is really exciting, and like new approaches, and like I'm just looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. All right, so going back to our artist page, or Mahima, did you have any thoughts? Because I know like you're very involved in ticketing. Just kind of that piece that it'll be available here August 1st.
Yeah, everything will just be all on this page, including everything you can also find about all the information about the performances, the time schedules, everything. So this is your go-to for any ticketing purposes.
Right, so heading over to our artist page now. If you are an artist participating in this year's festival, this is your go-to page that you need to know all of this information, and it's a nice one-stop shop where you can get all of the different pieces. Yeah, just know about what you need to be paying attention to and how to pay attention to those elements. So we do have our very first thing, the Facebook group. If you're not part of the Facebook group yet, please become a part of it. It is a nice way to just get to network with other artists, get to know each other. Nice announcements will be dropped there as we get closer to the festival too, of just different things happening. It's a really quick way to kind of see all the different pieces moving together. And again, that networking piece and just building community is really cool. If you don't have a Facebook, because I know last year we had some artists who did not, please reach out to us via email, which is suefringe@gmail.com, and just let us know. And we'll always be sure to send an email to that group of artists who don't have Facebook pages every time that we drop a kind of like information piece into that Facebook group, so that you're sure to get it as well.
Yeah. Also, please feel free to email me. I think all the artists should have my email. It's artistrelations@fringenorth@gmail.com. All the artists should have my email by now. Yeah, let me know, let the main Fringe know if there's any issues. Like we've said, we're very focused on accessibility. So if you don't have a Facebook, you're not being left out of anything. Please let us know, and we will include you in any alternative way that we can figure out.
Yeah, and we will have a WhatsApp group as well, or is that mentioned further on this page? Am I getting ahead of myself?
I think it's no, it would be mentioned in the Facebook group. I join the Facebook group, and then I will help you join the WhatsApp group. All the participating artists should have information about the WhatsApp group as well, though, because it was sent in the welcome emails.
All right, sounds good. And if anyone did not get that email, I know some individuals let us know that it went to junk. So check your junk mail, and just be sure that you have that. If you don't, reach out to us and we'll resend it to you as well. We do have an artist handbook. I think you all would have received a copy of that as well, but if you are looking for it, you can actually get a copy right here on this page with this button. And it just shows you all the dates that are important for you to know, and gives some additional support for like pieces on how to market yourself and how to get involved, how to produce your show. So if you are new to the art space and creating your first show for this festival, we do have some helpful pieces in that booklet too. And of course, our podcasts and artist roundtables and takeovers. So we are on a roundtable right now. Again, we're kind of doing these housekeeping ones first before getting the artists involved. But if you are interested in coming on to a live stream and chatting, we will have different topics available. Closer to the festival, you'll be able to talk directly about your submission as well. I mean, you can talk about it sooner, but we will have like, if there's certain topics that you want to just like dive into about arts in general, we'll have different ones and different themes throughout the summer months as well. So feel free to reach out, especially if you do have like an idea of, oh, I'd really like to dive into this topic. Let us know and reach out and share your ideas for that. And actually that goes for everyone, even if you're not an artist. If you have things that you want to hear about and different topics from artists, feel free to fill out that form on the previous page. Let us know what you're interested in hearing about, and we will do our best to include that in some of our episodes going forward. Here's Garrett's email again for those of you who need it. And again, if you can jump to this page, it will always be up there and on there for you to be able to access. And then here's just a little bit about Garrett. Did you want to speak to this, Garrett? I feel like stepping on your toes if I jump in and talk.
Oh, yeah, sure. This is my section. I'm just trying to see if I put anything super. Yeah, no, it basically just as I've said, I am going to be in charge of any artist relations issues throughout the whole festival. If you have any specific questions or concerns about your show, reach out to me. And if you just want to chat about the festival, about your participation, or about anything, then let's have a little chat. Please feel free to email me. You can talk to me on the Facebook group, and also, as I mentioned here, and I believe it is also in the welcome email, but I will send this information back out as well, especially as we get closer to the festival. I'm going to be doing office hours. So I have a calendar, and you can book anytime. I'll confirm it. But yeah, book out a time slot, and I will let you know if that works, and then we can have a chat if you want to have a a more private conversation, a more involved conversation, or if you just want to talk face to face, then digital face to face. But that I'm happy to do it. Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure there's nothing else there that no, yeah. I'm here for any of your needs. Those are little digital versions of my guinea pigs, if anyone was wondering what that was. I tried to customize the little avatar to be most like me. The hair's a little too long in that, but those are my guinea pigs, YB and Kafka.
Nice. They're very fun in meetings too. They occasionally talk to us.
Yeah, I can hear. They're definitely not audible right now, but I can hear them this whole time just eating lettuce.
Oh, and here's the blurb on office hours too.
Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, click that button to book office hours. I knew it was somewhere that people had access to. It's probably in the welcome package as well, but this is probably the easiest way to connect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we just have, if you're interested in connecting with sponsors, you can reach us as well at the Sue Gmail account, or Sue Fringe Gmail account. All right, so now going to the About page. So we won't walk as heavily through each pages of the rest of the pages, just because there are some general pages that aren't really as relevant to this year's festival. And of course, like, you can always visit the website yourself rather than us like reading line for line for you. But this page gives you a little bit about what Fringe North is, what we stand for, why we're a multi-arts experience rather than just theater specific. So you can jump into that as well. What our affiliations are. So we're with CAF, which is the Canadian Association of Fringe Festivals. So you can find out more about them here and their website as well, and how to contact them. And World Fringe too. So kind of the tiers that it goes is there's like World Fringe is like a global network of fringe networks. Then the Canadian Association of Fringe Festivals is sort of the North American group. And then there's, of course, us with our festival locally. So within the Soo, we kind of like oversee fringe stuff here. So we have a bit about history as to like fringe festivals in general. We also have like the fringe values as well as some of our values. And just a bit about Sault Ste. Marie for those of you who may not be from the Soo or from out of town and you want to know a little bit more. Then we have a page for our board members as well. So you can come on here to meet and find out a little bit more about each of our board members and who they are and their involvement in the festival. If you're interested in knowing more about like how to become a board member or whatnot, you can reach out to the siouxfringe@gmail.com and hear more about that as well. So Tova Arbis, our president, will be here next week on our live to chat a little bit about the board side as well. So feel free to tune in and to get to know a little bit more that way as well. Then we have our team page, which is really exciting. And this is our About Us page. So if you wanted to know to get a little bit more about us and get to know us better, you can jump on here and just hear a little bit about how we got involved in the festival, what our roles are, and yeah, just learn more about us here and who our team is. So we do have our seasonal staff as well as our year-round staff on here too, so you can get to know who's involved in the festival this year and who's doing what. Then we also have our code of conduct. So this actually goes through our code of conduct as a festival, what we stand for, all these different pieces of defining the definitions within the code too. And if you want the full version, it's actually downloadable right here with this button so that you can actually read through our full code of conduct as a festival. Okay, so our next page is how to get involved. So this is really exciting if you're interested in becoming part of the festival, working with us, volunteering with us. All of these pieces are on this page and how to support us as well. So these are actually all linked. So if you want to jump to certain sections, you can just click there rather than scrolling through. Again, piece on like being an artist, how to volunteer. We will also have a sign up for volunteers. So right now we do not have the actual form. As you can see here, it's coming soon. But if you do want to join our emailing list, when we have that form ready to go, we will reach out to everyone who has expressed interest and we'll send you an email of how to sign up to volunteer, as well as like what capacities we're looking for in terms of what roles there will be available for volunteering this year, and all of those different options. And when you do, if you want to send up and sign up for our mailing list, you can also mention in that as well, just if there's a particular area that you're interested in volunteering or feel like your strengths would really speak to, mention it when you reach out to us as well, and we'll try and find something that's a good fit for you. There's also like how to support us. So again, we do have like our Tip the Fringe, and then we also have sponsorship as well, sharing on our socials, like all of these different pieces. So you can find out if you're looking to support us in different ways and want to become like a sponsor or a community partner, please just reach out through email and we will find a way that's going to be a mutually beneficial relationship and partnership. We don't just want from you, we want to work with people and be collaborative through this journey and through this process. So feel free to reach out and kind of express your interest. If you have ideas for what that involvement could look like, please share that as well. You can actually see our current sponsors here and past sponsors. And so those who have partnered with the festival before and in the past. So we have our sponsors, which are like paid sponsorships, and then community partners, which are not always financially based. It's sometimes partnering with and alongside in kind of like goods in kind ways. Again, as a patron, if you want to get involved, this just leads you to the ticketing again, where you can find out all about this year's festival. And once again, tipping the Fringe, because we do rely on financial support. When we have job opportunities available, they will also be listed on this page. So if you're ever looking to become employed with the Fringe, this is where you would go. If you don't see anything currently on the website, but you're interested, we do have a list of those who have expressed interests as well. So feel free to reach out to the siouxfringe@gmail.com and we'll add you to that list. And when openings become available, you'll be able to find out about it that way too. I guess I don't need to scroll all the way to the top. I can just click. So we do have our sponsors page, as I mentioned before, with that button that was down below too, you can get there. And this is just like, if you're interested in becoming a sponsor, this is like how you can reach out to us to partner with us in sponsorship and financially. So you can just express your interest here. And we still, again, this is a work in progress. We still have to add our 2021 sponsors. We haven't gotten those images ready yet, but that will be added to this page. And then you can see like our previous sponsors from previous years. And these just have like a click through option here to see some of them.
And also, if any of our sponsors are interested in directly like partnering with one of our artists, you can also email us at suefringe@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we can get you connected. Thank you for mentioning that, Mahima. And then we have our show your support page, which I really like this page because it's so, there's like a plethora of ways that everyone can show your support through the festival. And this really dives into like what those different elements look like. So again, I know we've mentioned this a few times at this point, tipping the Fringe. If you want to support artists, support those who are employed with the Fringe, all of these different things, you can support us financially by just donating through PayPal. And we also have where we do accept, sorry, my dog is throwing books at me. We also have where we do accept e-transfers through the fringetreasurer@gmail.com. So that email is listed there if you're interested in providing an e-transfer rather than going through PayPal. And I think we've mentioned this before already, but like this is how your funds actually help us. So again, it provides support for emerging artists and gives them the ability to kind of test out what the arts looks like for them and how they can make a career in it. So that first piece here of like seeing what's possible. Garrett, would you be willing to talk a little bit about your story that you shared last week, just for those who weren't around, in terms of how you got involved in the arts? Because I think that's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. Just in regards to how important Fringe festivals in general, but especially Fringe festivals in Northern Ontario are. My first Fringe festival was with North Bay. I think that's the only other Northern Ontarian Fringe. I hope I'm not forgetting a Fringe. I think it's just North Bay and Sault Ste. Marie right now. And then I did Sault Ste. Marie the following year. But anyway, as a Northern Ontarian artist, as a Northern Ontarian theater maker, I always had a passion for theater growing up, going through high school, but it was never something I thought would be a viable career option. And as I said last live stream, I graduated high school and had accepted an offer to study international relations in Ottawa. I had an apartment. I was ready to move there. I did the Fringe Festival in North Bay, and that was the first time I was able to actually see that I could make money doing what I liked, like doing what I love to do. I didn't have to go into a career that would have been, I'm sure, very interesting and fulfilling in other ways, but didn't give me the same sense of joy that theater had. And just like being able to be a young person in Northern Ontario where there's not a lot of opportunities to be doing art, or at least there wasn't, even in the last half decade since that time, there's been more and more opportunities, which has been fantastic. But yeah, just growing up in that climate without a lot of opportunities, and then getting an opportunity to be paid as a professional working theater maker, was life-changing. And I had people coming up to me after the shows and saying, why are you not pursuing a career in theater? Why are you going into another field? It was life-changing. It totally set me on this path that I'm on, that I'm currently finishing my master's degree in theater and performance. I'm touring with my company this summer. I'm working for Fringe North here. I cannot state enough how important Fringe festivals are for emerging artists. It can completely change the course, change the direction of someone's life, and we need to keep supporting them because it's so important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really shows people what's possible and that their dreams aren't just far off dreams. You can make a living from this, and that's so important. So that ties into not just the emerging artists, but also on the side we have like supporting Northern arts and communities. So we do, we do welcome those from outside of Northern Ontario as well, but we do prioritize the Northern arts and supporting Northern Ontario arts specifically, as well as like that local piece within the Algoma region too. And thank you for sharing your story, Garrett. So other ways to show your support, again, you can attend the festival, like your ticket sales go 100% to the artists that shows that you go to. So super great to always see people out at the festival. You can volunteer, you can watch our podcasts. If you don't have finances to, and I should also mention our tickets are always pay what you can. So if you do not have a lot of finances, you can pay whatever you're able to and attend the festival. We do not want that to be a barrier to whether or not you can engage with the art itself. But you can also watch our podcasts and our roundtables and support us by just being here and being present watching our live stream. It really does help. The way the algorithms work, if you share on social media a copy of our podcast, like it really helps us too. And just commenting on them too goes a long way. And it not even just for us, but to encourage artists when they see a comment on one of their podcasts, it's like, oh, I really like that idea that you're working on, or like, I really liked watching this show back years ago that you did. That is the fuel that feeds their artistic fire, that just helps them to keep going when those days get hard. And it gets, yeah, I mean, all of us at some point don't like everything about our jobs, and artists are no different. There are days where it feels like a hard grind. So to just have that encouragement of positive comments on the podcast or roundtables as well, always a good space to just provide some love and throw it out into the world. We do also have our podcasts are available on Shaw Spotlight as well, twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So you can tune in locally on TV as well. You can follow us on social media. And again, just sharing different posts that you see from us, commenting, liking, it always helps get the word out there to more and more people so that they can hear about what's happening. It might be the difference between whether or not an artist ever sees that we exist and they can participate in the festival. It could be the difference between someone going to a show and just having a really good laugh on a Friday night when they just need it, rather than being sad that evening home alone. So always feel free to share, like, comment. It just helps more and more people see it. And of course, spread the word yourself. So share through word of mouth too, and just tell people about the festival and what's happening, what shows that you've heard about that look interesting. That is always a great way to support too. And for those who would like to enter sponsorship, we do have a link here where you can actually find out about how to become a sponsor and support the festival financially on that deeper level too. Does this take us to, I think it takes us to the sponsorship page. Yes, okay. Just double checking. Okay. And then, okay, so that's how to get involved. We do have, like I mentioned earlier, Project Mission, the first round is all on our website. So you can actually check out these amazing artistic pieces. We do have a bit about what the project is, how it started, all those pieces. And then we actually have here, these are all links to like, so you don't have to scroll through the page. So if there's an artist here that you're like, oh, I really want to see their work, you can just click on their link and it will take you right to their part of the page. So we do have about the artist first, and then we do have their projects as well. And I wish I had shared my sound earlier because I would actually play one of these for you, but you're not going to be able to hear it. So that was a misstep on my part for not actually linking that up. But these are all like really cool projects. I really encourage you to jump onto our website and check them out. They are also available on YouTube too, so you can get to them through our YouTube channel, but you won't get the full piece about like getting to learn about the artist. So I encourage you to visit this page and to check some of them out and to just really enjoy what they created during this project. And again, I want to mention that part 2 will be happening this summer as part of our festival. It will be available both digitally and through some of our watch parties at the live event too. And so these are all, the page that I showed you before was all the artists. This is actually the team kind of behind the project as well. So those who were involved in terms of like translating and as well as like just supporting artists through the journey of creating the artwork too. you can jump onto our website and find out more there too. And then we do have like an accessibility page that just talks about our accessibility mandates as a festival and what we are working towards. There's always more to do in ways that we can learn and grow in this area. So there is a form here that if you feel like we need to be doing something differently, you can share your thoughts. Like the other form that we showed earlier, it is, you can fill in your name, but you can also just fill in the message because it is anonymous too if there's something that you want to share but don't necessarily want your name attached to it. And if you do want your email attached to it, again, same thing as before. If I start to type in an email and go to submit, it won't let me submit. But then if I actually just take out what I started to write, it does, of course, let me submit completely anonymously. Also, if you do want to reach out and let us know how we can do better, you can also send to our email account, suefringe@gmail.com, or to message us on social media, and our social media handle is @suefringe too. Okay, and last but not least, we have our contact page. So if you don't remember how to reach out to us, we do have all of the contact here, as well as another option to join our mailing list. Like I said before, it's once in a while. We're not gonna like spam your inbox with a bunch of useless information. We only send out emails when we have like an announcement or something exciting and it's relevant information that you'll be excited to get. And it is about once a month that comes out. All right, so that is our website, and we are super excited to have it available now. You'll notice that currently we do not have our archives switched over. They are still available on our old website, and we will be shifting those over when it's no longer festival season so that we can focus on supporting our artists during the next couple of months and really just upholding their process of creating art and everything. So super thrilled that you are watching today and could find out about our website. Super thrilled to be able to launch it and to just have that user-friendly experience. Like I said before, if there's anything that you're like, this should maybe shift, we do have those forms that you can fill out. Always happy to hear from you as our community. And again, we want this to be a two-way street of engagement, not just us throwing information at you. So always happy to have those conversations. Is there anything that I missed or that anyone wanted to add? We're all good? Okay. Thank you so much for your time today, everyone, and for watching this video and getting to see our new website. We look forward to seeing you at the festival this year. Again, if you do want to get involved, be that through volunteering, tipping the fringe, any of those pieces or sharing on social media, please reach out. We love to hear from you and we would love to see you get involved in many ways. So our next week event, our Fringe North president will be here to talk about kind of the board side of things and a bit about the history and deeper details than what I was able to give last year being fairly new to the team. So look out for that. Again, that will be 6:30 Eastern Standard Time on next Thursday, which I believe is the 23rd of June. So thank you all for being here and we will see you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Merci, miigwech, gracias, and have a wonderful week. Bye.